I hope my screen is visible to all of you.
Yes, sir, visible.
So do you have any question from previous session? Okay. So I received one query related to VI editor. Okay. Let me explain that first, then we will start the next topics. So this was the question, what is the output of this all? So basically when we want to delete any line, we use DD. When we want to copy any line, YY. When we want to replace, then CC. This one is CL, not C1. Okay. If you want to delete a single letter, okay, you will use DL. So how we can use this all? Let us see. Okay. So here to test the same, we have a file Fox. So you'll open it in VI editor. Now you see wherever is your cursor. Okay. So you see as of now it is on I. So what I want to copy YL. Okay. Now I will paste. You see. Understood? So small p after the current cursor position and capital P before the current cursor position. So Kavya, is it clear?
Uh, Can you tell this one? C open bracket and open,
This one.
yeah, and
This
the
one is
CL.
basically sentence ahead, sentence behind that it is going to select and copy. For that, we need to have multiple sentence. Okay, so I will do one thing. So I will start uh, visual mode. I'll copy it. Yank p. Okay. Now, if we want to see the effect, okay, uh, here we are in the paragraph. So now, uh, like why open bracket, na?
Yeah. See, open
Okay,
bracket. Right.
you see. So to test this properly, what I'm going to do is let me delete everything and write some proper lines. Then you will be able to see the. Okay. So currently my cursor is in this line. Okay.
Hmm.
So y open bracket. Okay. Paste. Sorry. Okay. I am here. Y open bracket is not enough. Ah, this one. Sentence behind actually. So it is before. So sentence ahead. This bracket. So this one. Okay. Now I will paste. You see, I'll go to college. It has copied. Okay. If we are here, okay, we need to go there. Why? Sorry. Why this one? Now P to paste. You see, we should never use any chemical. So it has selected the before one. So like this, we can select the output. But for that,
Okay,
we
it
have
is
to
taking whole sentence.
correct. It will
Whole,
take the whole
okay.
sentence, and this is for the
And this
paragraph.
one, okay, okay. Can you show this one CL or DW11 example?
CL, this later, na.
See,
So
yeah,
it is very
CL.
simple. Like I want to replace this one, E. So I'll put
Yeah.
CL. So it's been deleted and insert mode came. Understood?
Okay.
And if I go DW, you see, DW, it has deleted that word.
Word, complete word.
Huh.
Okay.
W for word, L for letter here.
And for Yank, YW, oh,
Huh. Correct.
no, how you use?
Which one? YW, you want to copy, right?
Yeah, yeah.
I want to
Y.
copy this word, so the cursor should be there.
Okay, okay. So it will copy never.
YW. Now,
Okay.
if I put paste, you see, never is
Yeah,
copied.
yeah. Yeah, yeah. Got it. Got it.
Yeah. Any other questions from anyone
Yesterday's,
else? Yeah.
yeah, yesterday's one class, one more doubt I have. This update database command is there, right? That is, I'm not able to get.
See, whenever we create any file and folder, so
Yeah.
that is not updated. in the database, Linux database, that this file exists. When we are
Okay,
using locate command to search anything, it will search based on the last updated database.
okay.
So for that only we need to update the database manually with the update db command.
I gave, but it is showing cannot open temporary file for like that. It is showing
So how you have tried? Normal user or
mm,
root?
normal user.
That's it.
Okay, okay. Root I have to open.
This one error you are getting, na?
Yeah, yeah. Okay, normal user. Open. Okay. Yeah, with root it is coming. It is not coming that error. Okay. But
So,
still
any other?
it is showing many files for me.
Huh?
Can I share my screen?
Yeah, you can share.
Can you able to see?
No.
Yeah, see, I'm in root user, so I gave updated DB, then locate ABC
No,
file,
no. First,
showing many files.
yeah, this is the problem in this one. Locate is going to show you all the files where the name is ABC, whether it is
Okay.
complete ABC or in between, starting, last, wherever it is.
Mm-hmm. No, I just created a random like
That's
ABC.
okay. It
Okay.
will show you.
Okay.
Scroll your mouse and go up, or you do one thing. Type the command. Locate a space ABC space pipe space pipe space less
Less.
enter. Now you see there is no home Kavya ABC.
Yeah, yeah.
So the output has
Okay.
gone up.
Fine.
Anyone else is facing an issue?
Thank you.
Yeah. Okay, so for today we have the topic you must special permission and reset the root password. So we will start with resetting the root password. How we can reset the root password? That step we'll do first, then we'll move further. So let me share the document. Okay, so see the practical now. This one not required. So what are the steps we need to do? When you forget the root password, in normal user password, if you forget, there is a solution. You can reset it from root. But if you forget the root user password, then who will reset it? So the situation will be if you forget root user password, you will not be able to log in. That will be the first thing. Okay. So you will be stuck here. You will not be able to log in with the root. So what you have to do is you have to reboot the machine. Okay. So if it is a physical machine, then physical reboot will be required. And when it is going to boot, on that time there is a menu called boot menu. You have to come here and select it, this boot menu. And here you can see Red Hat Enterprise Linux in the first line, and in the second line you will see rescue. So you have to select the first one, the line without the word rescue. Then you have to use press E to edit. So you have to press E. After this, you have to scroll down and you have to come to the line which starts with the word Linux. Okay. Here you have to press which command? Control E to jump end of the line. You see, it jumped end of the line, the cursor. And here you have to type rd dot break, and then you have to press Control X to start. These all steps are mentioned here in this Word file. So procedure is reboot the system when grub2 boot screen appears, and then press E. When we press E, we will get like this. Go to end of the line, start with Linux. For that, you have to press Control E. Then add rd.break in last. Sample is given here. Press Control X to start the system. Then you will get switch prompt. So in the seventh step, you have to type this command there. Okay. So here we got switch underscore root, and here we have to type command mount space minus o space remount comma rw sysroot. Once we have done this, then we have to type command chroot sysroot, means we are changing to system root. So step 7 we have done. 8 chroot sysroot. Then this prompt will appear. You can see the same prompt is there, sh-4.4 hash. Here we have to type the command pass wd to change the password. So here you can see changing password for user root, and then you can set a new password for user root. Once the password is set, then in the step 10 you have to type command touch space slash dot auto relabel, okay, to enable the relabeling process. And then 2 times exit exit. One to exit from sysroot, another from switchroot from. And we have to wait until this all is going to reboot, relabel and reboot. Any confusion in these steps? Once it is done, then you have to log in and check with the new password it's working or not. Meanwhile, it is going to reboot We'll discuss on Linux boot process. So what exactly is a Linux boot process? How Linux boot? So first of all, when we power on any machine, any computer machine, the work which is done, that is power on self-test, which is done by BIOS, basic input output system. So BIOS is going to check the system and launch the first stage bootloader. So where is this first stage bootloader? It is on the MBR master boot record of the primary hard disk. So if we have multiple hard disk in the server, then the hard disk in which we have installed OS, that will be considered as a primary hard disk, and there it will be MBR. So MBR will be in every hard disk. Okay. So MBR is also known as partition table style. So there are two type, MBR and GPT. So first boot stage bootloader is going to load itself into the memory, means RAM, and then it is going to launch the second stage bootloader. Then we get the prompt. Just now we have seen Red Hat, Linux, like that. What we are getting, that is the when it enters in the second stage. So that's why we say it as a grub stage 2. So in Linux, there are two type of bootloader. One is called Linux loader. Another is called grub. So Lilo was used in earlier version of Linux. This is Grand Unified Bootloader. Okay. So nowadays we have grub. So the first stage is going to load itself in the memory. We don't get anything on the screen. When it launches the second stage bootloader from the boot partition where the bootable files are stored, then we see our OS title menu. Then the second stage bootloader is going to load the kernel into memory, means RAM, which is available on the boot partition, and it loads any necessary modules, means whatever required module, means driver software of the component. So whatever required drivers or the modules are required, that will get installed, loaded in the memory. And the mount the root partition as a read only. So the root partition, like our C drive which is here, that is going to be mounted as a read only. So no changes can be done on that time. Only it will read, fetch the scripts. Then the kernel is going to transfer the control of boot process to sbin init programs. So recently you have seen the run level and all. So these all things comes under init programs. So in it, there is a lot of scripts. So based on the script, it is going to load the operating system. Then sbin init program is going to load all the service and user space tools. User space tools means all the programs, all the commands, all the services are going to be loaded. Then it is going to mount all the partitions. So generally I've shown you have we have three partitions: boot partition, root partition, and swap partition. So which partition will be mounted on which folder, that is permanently defined in the file called fstab, which is there in the etc folder. So based on the entries in fstab file, it is going to mount all the partition. And after that, we are going to have the user screen, the login screen, and we log in and enter in the system. So this is the entire boot process which happens in the backend. Okay, so if there is any question, how many types of bootloader is there in the Linux? We have to say two types, Lilo and Grub. Which one is the current? You can say that is a Grub. Now you see, we got the login screen. And we are able to log in with the new password. Any question till here? Okay. Now moving to the next. Now, so we have completed this root password breaking steps and this one boot process. Now moving to the UMask. What exactly is the UMask? Let me check. I think I have that file or I need to create. I have it. See the UMask, what exactly it is. So UMask is a numerical value responsible for default permission applied on any files and folder created by the user. So there are two type of user, root user and normal user. That is why there are two values for UMask also. For the normal user, the UMask value is like this, and for root user, the UMask value is this one. Now you will say that there are only 3 digits in the permission, then why it is a 4 digit? The first one is for a special permission. Okay. So if you want to check your umask value, you have to type the command umask. So as I am logged in with the root, you can see for the root user, the umask value is 0022. But at the same time, if I'm going to log in with a normal user, and test the umask for the normal user, you can see it is 0002. Now let us see the difference. As a normal user, I'm going to create a folder Delhi. And as a root user, I'm going to create a folder Mumbai. Now, what will be the difference? LSS space minus LD Mumbai. See the permission here, and same permission will check here also. So what is the difference in this all? So if you see here, for the owner, it is read, write, execute. For the group, write permission is not there, and for other also write permission is not there. But for the normal user, if you see, for the group, write permission is there, only for other write permission is not there. So let us see the same here as a calculation, how the UMask affects the default permission applied on any files and folder. So full permission, if we give on any file and folder, in any folder, that will be read, write, execute. So 4 to 1, it becomes 7. Read, write, execute, read, write, execute. So first for owner, second for group, and third for others. Similarly, for a normal file, read, write is enough. So 4 plus 2, 6, 6, 6 is enough. Now the formula says full permission minus umask value becomes the default permission. So if you see, full permission for folder is 777, and for the normal user, just ignore the first one, it becomes 002. If you deduct it, it becomes 775, means for the owner and group owner, full permission. So let us see the same here. Owner, group owner, full permission, and for others, it will be read 4 and 1 execute 5. Similarly, if we calculate the same for the root user, it is 0022. So 777 minus 22 means 755. Sorry, double 022. So 777 minus 022, it becomes 755. So 7 means full permission and 5 means read execute, read execute. So this is how it is going to affect. Now suppose I want that whatever file and folder I create, for other there should not be any permission or any specific type of permission I want. So the formula says that for this type of scenario, what we need to have, like for example, I want to give read, write, execute, read, execute, and for other I don't want to give any permission. Okay, so here the value comes is 750. Formula says full permission minus umask value, or you take the umask value this side, it will become as a plus and it will become as a minus. So full permission 777 minus I want 750 equal to 027. So this is the umask. So if I'm going to change my umask value as a normal user, just let me check, change as a normal user. Umask space 07, sorry, 027. Now if I check my umask, okay, and if I create any folder now, mkdir France ls space minus ld France, you see for other there is no permission. If I create any file also, let me create a blank file just to test, jj ls space minus l space jj, you see here also based on the formula, for other there is a no permission. So whatever you want to set permission by default, you don't want to change frequently, you can use the umask option. Is it clear this umask, or do you have any question?
So it's actually same as the user permissions, right? So the normal user permissions.
Come again?
It's actually like Umax is same as the normal
Hmm.
user permission, right? So
No,
here we are only changing the permissions for the user.
no. See, when you create any file and folder, what happens? Automatically there will be some permission, correct?
Yes, sir.
Ha. So how this permission is there? If you are not changing anything, you are not going to set permission, there is a permission, na? So why this is the permission? Why not any other value? Just to justify that, I said the full permission will be 777 for folder. If we give everyone everything, then it will become 777. Minus the umask value becomes the default permission. Suppose I want whatever file or folder I create, for other it should be only read permission, or for other it should be no permission. So whatever you want, accordingly you calculate your numerical values, and then you deduct from the full permission, and whatever values comes, you set it as a umask value. From now onwards, once you change your umask, you don't need to change the permission for the file and folder which you are going to create now onwards. Okay. So automatically the permission will be applied what you want. As of now, you want or not, based on the umask value, the permission gets applied, correct?
Yes,
So
sir.
this is the difference. Why we learn this umask? We learn this umask topic to set a specific type of permission for my file and folder by default. By default, permission is there, but I have some problem. I don't want this permission to be applied by default. I want some other permission. And because of that, when I create file folder, every time I need to change with the chmod command. So to reduce this task, to avoid this task, we can use umask option. Instead of changing every time the permission, we can set a umask and it will apply permission by default. Is it clear?
Yes, sir.
Okay. So this was the umask. Now moving to the next. The next we have, that is a special permission. Okay. So what special permission we have? So we have completed this. Now coming to the special permission. So there are three type of a special permission: SUID, SGID, and STK bit. So first of all, we will go with the SUID, then SGID, and then STK bit. So what exactly is the SUID? So SUID is a permission applied on command file. Understood? SUID is a permission applied on command file, not on the normal file and folder. Why we need to apply this SUID? Because the default behavior of command is command will always run with the power of normal user, executor, not with the power of owner. By default, root is the owner of all commands. So if you want to see the same, then we have to test it like this. Recently, we have learned find command. Find on the root partition, name of the file, pass wd. So when root is executing the same command, root is not getting any error. But this same command, if I am going to execute, find on root partition, the name of file is pass wd, I'm getting lot of error. Permission denied, permission denied, permission denied. What does it mean? It means if any constable comes to your doorstep without any permission and they say that I want to search your home. Okay. I want to search your house, check everything in your house. Will you allow him to go inside? Definitely no. You will say, no, no, you go, I will not allow you to come inside the house because you see that he is a constable. Okay. But at the same time, if CBI or any other type of officers, they come and they say that I want to search your house, you cannot stop them because he is having the power. So similarly, here we have the root. So we can think root as a commissioner. So he's having the power, so he can search the file in every folder. So there is a no issue of permission. But here, if you see, if this Tanveer is trying to see inside any folder, no, you don't have permission to go inside this folder. Whether file is there or not, that is a secondary thing, but you cannot go inside. But if the constable gets the search warrant and he comes with the search warrant, we'll say, okay, please come and check my house. So on that time, we will not see who is going to search my house. We will see who has ordered to search the house. So we'll see the power of owner, not with the power. I will not see the power of executor who is executing this task. So same thing happens with the SUID. So SUID we apply to the command so that the command will run with the power of owner, not with the power of executor. And this SUID is applied only on the common commands, not on the administrative commands. So let us see the behavior. And who will give the power? Definitely the root will give. So first of all, I will search the path of the command. To search path for any command, you have to use the command which. So it is showing the find command is stored as a file in usr bin find folder. Sorry, find usr bin folder find command. Now I will check what permission is applied on it. And just to check the permission, I have searched the path. So I can see by default the permission is read write execute means 7, read execute 5, read execute 5. So 755 chmod. A special permission SUID, the value is 4 and the default is 755. I am going to apply on USR bin find. After applying, if you check the permission, you can see in the owner section, instead of X, it is S, which represent a special permission. Now, when we have given a special permission, we have set SUID on this command find. If the normal user is going to try the same, you see, he is not getting these all errors, getting the output similar to the root. But same if I am going to remove the permission, again you will see. And to remove the permission, what you have to do is instead of 4, you have to write 0. Now you see the permission is removed and again it becomes X. And now if again Tanveer is trying the same, he will get the same error. So I hope SUID is clear, or any question related to this? Do you have any question?
So basically
Your voice is
for
not clear. Your voice is
giving
not clear.
the special permission, we should remember. Hello.
I think you have connection issue. You are not audible. Can you put your question on Can you put your question on chat?
Yeah, yeah, yeah. So for
Yeah, now you are audible. Come again. Ask your questions once again. Can you put your question on chat? Zora, you are not audible.
Sir, I
Put
have a
your question.
small doubt, sir.
Huh?
is that 4755 is fixed, sir? Okay, it cannot be changed or something.
No, we cannot change. The reason is if you change permission in this command file, this command will not work properly. And 4 is for SUID. So that is fixed because we are applying SUID. And after that 755,
Okay.
that is already applied. So we cannot change it. If we change,
Okay.
it may not work for other user.
Mm. Got it, sir.
So you were asking the question on that time?
No, sir, I was not the one.
Then who was asking the question?
Yeah, yeah. Abhi here.
Mm-hmm.
Tan- actually, yeah, I was asking that 4755 is a special. If we want to give special permission, so this number is fixed, right?
Yes, in a special permission, there are three type of permission: SUID, SGID, sticky bit, and all three permission have different purpose. So
Mhm.
if you have a scenario like this, where you want the normal command should run with the power of owner, then you will use this.
Okay.
Else, we have to use other values that we will see in the next permission. So this
Okay.
one is
Okay.
clear, SUID.
Yeah.
Ah,
Yes, sir.
okay. Now moving to the next, that is a sticky bit. So before going to the sticky bit, I'll show you one scenario. There is a two user, Tanveer, and one more user is there, Fahim. Okay. So here they wanted to have a common folder where they can store the files. So they came to the root. Root, I want a common location where we can store the file. So root has created one folder, suppose with the name Europe. And root has created on root partition. Because if Tanveer creates file inside his own folder, then Fahim cannot access. So it is a common folder where everyone can go. And everyone can do everything. Root has given the permission 777 on the folder Europe. Okay. If you see the permission, everyone is having read, write, execute, and read, write, execute. Okay. Now coming to Tanveer. Tanveer went inside and created one file. And Tanveer has set one permission. I think for Tanveer, by default, it will be for others because we have set umask, na, change umask for Tanveer. So you see, for other, there is a no permission file created by Tanveer. Now, when Fahim goes in the Europe folder, he finds there is a file Italy he is trying to open. So what is the problem? Permission denied for Fahim. This file does not belong to Tanveer. Sorry, Fahim. Okay. So what Fahim will do? Fahim will think that if I cannot open this file, then why it is here? You see, he has deleted the file. Understood the problem statement? What exactly is the problem? On the common location, when Tanveer is going to store any file and set any permission, or if it's set or not, if he's going to store file on common location, anyone can delete. Why anyone can delete? Because everyone is having full control, read, write, execute permission on the parent folder. So whatever is inside, they can modify it, they can delete it. So with this problem, they came to the root. So root said, we have a special permission called sticky bit. So what is the advantage? It is used to protect files and folder from accidental deletion or unauthorized deletion. Means once we apply this sticky bit on folder, only the owner or root can delete, others cannot delete anything which is inside it. Okay. So we have seen SUID. SUID is applied on command file and a sticky bit is always applied on folder. So for that, I have given the practical steps. Log in with the root, create a folder, give full permission, log in with user one, go inside, create a file, set permissions, access with another. He will not be able to access, so he will delete. Then apply the sticky bit and then test the same. So now I'm going to apply a sticky bit where on this folder chmod 1777. So here 1 is the value for sticky bit special permission, and I'm going to apply on Europe. If you check here in the other section, it is T, which represents that it is a sticky bit. Now again, when Tanveer is going to create any file inside it, Europe, and test the same. So again, for this also the permission is nothing for others. For him, as usual, he will try the same. Okay, there is a file. Permission denied. Okay, then why this file is here? But now Fahim cannot delete. I hope you understood the uses of a sticky bit.
Sir, only root user can set the sticky bits, right, sir?
No, why root can set is owner for this common folder is who? Root. That is why root can change the permission. If on
Okay,
the
if we give
common
full
place,
access to every user, and that user can set the sticky bits, right, sir?
no, only owner of the folder.
Okay.
The folder on which you are applying a sticky bit, owner of that folder can only set or change the permission. As a normal case also, the permission can be changed by the owner of file and folder. That is the reason for SUID also we have changed with the root, because owner of the command file is root there. So I hope now it's
Okay, sir,
clear.
got it.
Huh.
Yes.
So now as I said, Tanveer can delete this file rm space minus f matrix. You see, Tanveer can delete. Owner can delete. Others cannot delete the file. So for this file Madrid, owner is Tanveer. Okay.
Tanvi, if multiple user is there for same server, so like each person will create this sticky bit for
No,
their
no, 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 no.
particular.
A sticky bit will be applied only on the folder, common folder, and whoever is the owner that will create. For example, on the root partition, generally other user don't have rights to create the folder. Okay. I understand what you want to say is mkdir. Suppose someone is creating inside this again, Germany. So do we need to apply a sticky bit on Germany or not? Correct?
Okay.
So here, no. sorry, RMDIR Germany, operation not permitted. So inside this, if multiple user is creating file and folder, they don't need to apply on every file and folder this sticky bit. A sticky bit will always be applied on the parent folder
Okay, okay, okay. Okay,
and will be applied by owner of the parent folder.
okay.
So suppose now Tanveer, if he is trying to create any file or folder on root partition, he will not be able to. For example, mkdir/Australia, permission denied. You cannot create. So that's why we are going to root. But if root give the full access, generally root will not give because on the root partition there is a lot of files. System files are there. If they give rights, right permission to the normal user, then normal user can delete OS files also, na?
Yeah.
That's why for the normal user, permission is not there on the root partition to create any file and folder. So if they need anything, they come to the root and root create a common folder and tell them whatever you want, you put it inside. But directly on the root partition, you cannot create or you cannot modify any existing files and folder. Clear now?
Yeah, yeah.
Yes, sir.
Okay. Okay. So today we have not covered one more permission which remains. That is SGID that we'll cover tomorrow. So today we have completed. Instead of a special permission, I will write sticky bit SUID. Next class we will cover SGID and what remains next. So today we have completed 6 already, 7 already, 8, one topic is remaining. So then we will start this one. Okay. So after this, it will be using bash shell. Okay. So this will be the topic for tomorrow. So first we'll complete this, then we'll move to 9, and after that, so on. Okay, fine then. See you tomorrow.